Good day, YouTubers. I haven't done a video in a long time, so I decided to do a video on the Baofeng UV5R, or I should say the mini UV5R Baofeng radio. I recently renewed my ham license, so I decided to see what else was out there when it came to radios, and I decided to pick this one up. I found it on a site called AliExpress, a Chinese website, for only $20. If you buy, you can find it on Amazon, but they normally sell it as a set of two for $40. I only need one radio, so I decided to just go with AliExpress and bought the one radio for $20. So check there first if you're just looking to get a single set. Anyway, so let me just go over a few things. General overview of this radio. I was very shocked how small it is. It's actually much smaller than it looks, I think, and even in the video. But I like it because it just fits in your pocket. It can fit anywhere, really. And it's very inconspicuous as well. So a few things about this radio. It comes with a belt clip on the back, which was a little bit of a pain to get it in there. I did not need any tools or screwdrivers or anything like that, but you do have to line it up properly to get it in the groove, and that was a little bit complicated, but I figured it out. This radio came with a stock antenna, very short rubber duck, and as you can see, it's pretty similar to the regular UV5R. However, I find that it's a lot more compact, as I'll get into it. I turn it on just by turning on the top button here. I already programmed this radio pretty much to everything I want in it. I did not use Chirp because I can't really fit any more programs in my laptop. So I decided to just download the Ola radio app, which is the Baofeng official Baofeng app in order to charge the radio using Bluetooth technology with my phone. I know a lot of people are skeptical of that. I was too, but all they really require from you is any throwaway email address to register with the app. You don't have to use your main email address if you don't want to. You don't have to give your real name or any other information about yourself. So that's nice. So I registered with that and was able to, despite the negative reviews on the app itself, I've had no trouble at all using the app to program this radio. And then later on, I actually noticed that it's even easy just to program the radio from the radio itself. And you can even label the channel names on the radio itself as well without having to use any software or apps. So I recently learned that the other day. So anyway, this is pretty much the mini UV5R. It has a couple of tricks with it. First of all, let me just go over. It has the A/B button right here, which allows you to switch from listening to one channel or the other. If you have the menu set up so it could listen to two channels at one time, then you're all set. The way to do that is basically just go into radio set, and you're going to go down, and you're going to see something that says dual. Zoom in here. Backlight. If you want to keep the backlight on permanently, you can adjust the options here. Let's go down. There's dual watch. So if you want to listen to two frequencies at the same time, you will go to dual watch, hit menu, and right now I have it on. Okay, so menu again to select OK, and it's already saved. I also turned the voice off. There's a voice that talks to you if you want. That got annoying, so I was able to turn the voice off as well. There's a bunch of other settings here that you really don't even need to do anything with. There's a voice if you wanted to talk to you. So there's a bunch of things in here that you could change. The only thing that I was really interested in was turning the voice off and also keeping the backlight on at all times. This radio was pretty good on battery, so I wouldn't worry about leaving the backlight on at all times. And again, under the menu, there's a program channel section as well. The menu does pop out to the regular radio if you don't do anything after a while, so that's one thing that does annoy me a little bit, but not too bad of an issue. Hit menu again, you can go back into it. So if you want to program a channel, you would go to program channel, hit menu, and you can do channel name. You set the receive frequency, set the transmit frequency, and so forth. There's a bunch of questions you need to fill in. It's pretty similar to the UV5R, but it's actually I think it's a little bit more straightforward. As you can hear, I'm in northeastern New Jersey, and I'm picking up the Staten Island repeater like as if it was right next to me. This radio is just as good, if not better, than a regular UV5R when it comes to receiving signals and repeaters. I think it does a wonderful job when it comes to receiving. With the stock antenna alone, there are a lot of negative reviews I read online about the stock antenna on these radios. I will tell you that in my experience so far, it's not an issue. The stock antenna works great. I wouldn't even bother changing it, especially if I'm just using it for local repeaters. If you're looking to find, hit a repeater 50 miles away, yeah, you might want to get a better antenna. But for, just local repeaters in your county, this works perfectly fine, the stock antenna. It receives even better than my digital scanner when it comes to public safety. I wouldn't say public safety, I'm sorry. When it comes to receiving railroad communications, or if you want to listen to marine, boating, this radio is perfect for that as well. And also, of course, for ham radio purposes. It's an excellent radio. This radio can transmit and receive on almost every frequency except for the airplane band. And that is another addition to this radio that the regular UV5R does not have. This radio, you can monitor local airports and airplanes as well. It covers the frequency band between 108 to 136 megahertz as well. And it also covers 2 meters, 144 to 148. And actually it goes all the way up to 174 megahertz. And of course it receives the 70 centimeter band as well in the 440s. It goes up to at least 500 megahertz. It might go even above that. In fact, I can test that right now. Just press the VM button to go into frequency mode. And then if I type in, let's say 500.53 or 525 and see what happens. Yeah, and let me put it right in there. So yeah, so this radio does go way above 500 megahertz. Although you pretty much won't have a need, I don't think, to monitor anything up that high. Let's see what else. If you have any other questions about this radio, please feel free to comment, and I'll be happy to get back to you. Before I leave you guys today, I just want to show you a couple of shortcuts with this radio as well that the regular UV5R does not have. For one thing, let's put it back into channel mode by hitting the VM button. Again, VM button takes it between channel mode and frequency mode. The AB button just goes between the two channels. However, if you have it set to dual, you're still going to be monitoring both channels at the same time. So the AB button you don't need to really worry about unless you want to change one of the channels. You would click it and you would use the arrow up and down to go to a different channel that you want to listen to. So a couple of tricks I found with this radio that I really like that other radios don't, the other Baofengs do not do. First of all, it does have the regular features like the flashlight. If you hit this button right here, you see it has a flashlight. Hit it again, it blinks. Hit it again, and it turns off. It does have also, I'm going to zoom in here, it has the FM radio button. So if you click on that bottom button, side button right here, it takes you to FM radio. Okay, you do have to hit the AB button to get into that, I believe. Oh, I think I have it turned down, that's why. So yeah, so it's playing the radio right now. To turn it off, just hit the button again. Okay. Another thing I like about this radio is that it has a close call feature, meaning that it can receive transmissions that are nearby. However, you can only use close call to monitor UHF or VHF separately. You cannot close call the entire spectrum, but you can select which spectrum you want to close call. So for example, if I want to close call the VHF range, I would hit this button right here where my thumb is, except for instead of turning a flashlight on, I'm going to press and hold it. When you press and hold it, right now it's searching, this is in close call mode, so if anyone transmits right now in UHF, I will pick up that signal, and it will tell me which frequency they're using on the screen here. When I say UHF, I'm meaning I'm trying to listen for any nearby signals starting up around the 400 megahertz range and up. If I want UHF, so anything from like say 108 megahertz to 174 megahertz, I just press the pound key here on the bottom right with my thumb once, and it will switch me to VHF. Now it's trying to close call any VHF signals. Of course, it's only going to pick up something if someone communicates or very nearby, and I pick up their frequency. This is very similar to the close call feature that you would have on one of the regular Uniden scanners. However, you can only close call on one spectrum or the other, one band or the other. It also has a 360 mode. It also receives frequencies in the 360 megahertz range. I guess for military aircraft. I never really haven't really used that yet. I know in the UHF mode, I have received a few nearby transmissions in the 170 megahertz range with people using car remote controls or TV remotes. It picks those signals up as well. And also, of course, if there's any voice transmissions, it will receive them as well that are nearby. So that's pretty neat. And so that's about it. Oh yeah, one last thing before I let you go. If you want to hear the NOAA radio, all you have to do is press and hold the 0 button, and it's going to pull in the closest NOAA radio signal from where you are. So let me do that. And here we are. Chance of precipitation 20%. As you can hear, the audio is great on this radio as well.
Lows in the mid-20s. Here is the extended forecast. Friday, mostly cloudy. A chance of snow in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 30s.
When you get out of that, just hit the exit button, and it will get out of that as well. So that's about it. Any other questions about this radio, please feel free to comment. Just so you know, also to charge this radio, if you can see right there, there's a little USB port there. And all you gotta do is use a USB cable that the radio comes with and plug it into the wall. All right. That's about it. Again, if anyone has any comments or questions, please feel free to comment underneath. Thank you very much for watching.